Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Week 1 PAFA game highlight commentary as the Oklahoma City Jaguars take on the reigning defending 2017 champions Tri-City Panthers. And to start things off, the defending champions have the ball as Rico Watkins connects with Winston Holder for what looks to be the first touchdown of the game, but upon further review, he was down at the 1-yard line. And Holder looks upset with himself for not scoring a touchdown. I would be too. We turn our cameras out to Kansas where the number 1 ranked Joplin Crusaders is kicking the ball off to the Kansas Cougars as it's going to be returned by Lee Stewart, who must have been eating chocolate on the sideline because he's got butterfingers. As he fumbles on the play, it's going to be recovered by the Joplin Crusaders. Meanwhile, in Oklahoma, Watkins takes the snap. He's rolling to his left. He opens his Bible, turns to Matthew, throws up the Lord's Prayer, and it's going to be caught by Marcel Miller to get points on the board for the Tri-City Panthers. For the Joplin Crusaders, they send out kicker Billy Perry to kick a 36-yard field goal. He swings his leg, but it's sponsored by the Cupid Shuffle because the ball's going to the left, to the left, to the left. It's no good. Out in Eden, Oklahoma, the Eden Enforcers are trying to defend their end zone as the Oklahoma City Bulls are charging their way in as they strike first and get points on the board. However, on the extra point, the ball must have been sponsored by Tom Brady because there's not enough air behind it to kick it through the uprights. It's no good. Meanwhile, on the other side of Oklahoma, it seems the Watson to Miller connection has not stopped as Marcel Miller is still rubbing his nutsack all over the Oklahoma City Jaguars as he scores for his second touchdown. Back across Oklahoma, somebody get Peter on the phone because the Bulls are about to be abused as the Enforcers enforce their running game all over the Bulls defense to respond for a touchdown of their own. However, for the extra point, they must be kicking that Tom Brady football as well because it doesn't have enough air behind it to go through the uprights. It's no good. Speaking of no good, the Crusaders set up a field goal, but much like restricted phone calls, it's blocked as the Cougars push it out of bounds. Following the Panthers touchdown, they're getting ready to kick it off, and somebody called the EMTs. Stephen Bridgman just killed Matthew Roberson. He hit him from the east to the west, back to the east, back to the west. Rumor on the street is Bridgman claims Roberson on his taxes as a dependent because he is now that man's child. That man's got a family, but he's been subjected to the 8th Amendment as he's been dealt with cruel and unusual punishment. We head back across Oklahoma where both teams are safe from Stephen Bridgman's fury and wrath as the enforcers fail to enforce their defense as the Oklahoma City Bulls gain 30 yards on a bubble screen. A few plays later, the Bulls are able to run it into the end zone for their second touchdown on the day. They try to go for a 2-point conversion, but much like the aftermath of conquering Mount Everest, it's all downhill from here. It's no good. Back out to Kansas where Billy Perry for the Crusaders has switched his insurance and now he has Nationwide on his side. 3 points for the Crusaders. Meanwhile, for the defending champs, they should change their name from the Panthers to the Air Force because the aerial assault simply cannot be stopped as Watkins is able to connect with Hawkins for a third passing touchdown. The hometown team are lining up for a field goal and the kicker is out of sight. It doesn't really matter because he still missed it wide to the right. No good. The Oklahoma City Bulls are looking to drive down the field. Hey, what's your favorite pastry? I love apple. Turnovers as the ball is intercepted by the enforcers and down at the 8-yard line. Back across Oklahoma, the Jaguars have some life as Keith Cox gets the handoff and he shows the world he's a fan of math because he turns into a human parabola as he cuts back across the field, makes a move on TJ Covington and he's tackled inside the 5-yard line. That would set up Aaron Atkinson taking the snap, calling voicemail because he's calling his own number as he sneaks it into the end zone to get the Jags on the board. Back in Kansas for the Cougars, they look less like the predator and more like the prey as Reggie Langford is rolling to his right and can't seem to escape the Crusaders. He's pressed the circle button several times and spun, but he can't escape the grasp of the defense. Let's take 1 second to congratulate the Austin Vipers on a 38-0 win over the West Texas Drillers. Here's T.D. Perkins submitting his application to the 10 Toes Down Challenge as he catches a 30-yard touchdown in the back of the end zone. Later, the Vipers would slither their way down the field yet again as Chase Plord would be able to find Cameron Carathis in the end zone for a 12-yard touchdown. Oh, but the assault would not stop there as Chase Plord would take the snap and run it into the end zone himself for a 10-yard touchdown. And just when the offense decided to stop pouring it on, the defense turns into a coalition of gym teachers as they confiscate the balls of the West Texas Drillers as Chris Franklin intercepts it and goes 40 yards down the field to set up another Viper touchdown. And just when you thought the Vipers would stop applying their poison, Cody Pope absolutely slams the quarterback in the backfield for a sack. The irony in the name being called the West Texas Drillers when it is you who got drilled. That concludes the bonus clips for the MPFL. Let's get back to the P. The Crusaders send out Billy Perry to line up for a field goal. He kicks it through the uprights, and what do you say, Mr. Official? It's good, as the Crusaders are holding on to a 6-point lead. The Enforcers have the ball inside the red zone, and much like racing a Bugatti with a Buick, the Bulls just don't have enough speed to keep up. Touchdown Enforcers. For the Tri-City Panthers, Rico Watkins takes the snap, and you live by the gunslinger, you die by the gunslinger. As he's looking to go deep for Daniel Knighton, but Jeremy Perry makes a phenomenal play and tips the ball into the air, and it's intercepted by Marcus Wilson, and he's running down the sideline and takes a trip to McDonald's. Can I get a McPick-6? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We still lost, so this score really ain't mean shit, but touchdown Jaguars. We head back out to Kansas, where Reggie Langford takes the snap. He activates TM04 as if this was the Jodo League, because he's rolling out to his right. And consider the football a child, the Cougars neglectful parents, and the Crusaders the CPS, because the Carlo Martin just took the football away for a Crusaders interception. The Crusaders look to capitalize on the turnover as Steve Hamilton takes the snap. He rainbows the ball down the left side of the field. Is going to be caught by Terrell Johnson, who turns into Trey Songz, who I'm about to dive in for a Crusaders touchdown. They look to extend their 12-0 lead to 14-0, but they fail on the 2-point conversion. Back in Oklahoma, where the Bulls are still trying to put together a drive in the second half, but they fumble the ball on the 1-yard line. That would set up the Enforcers to punch the ball into the end zone and put the game away. Meanwhile, in Kansas, the Cougars are desperate to get points on the board as Reggie Langford takes a snap, rolling to his right, and he finally got his man wide open as Tristan Smith is as wide open as an anus at a butt plug convention. Touchdown Cougars. The Cougars line up for the extra point. They kick it through the uprights, and it's good, and that cuts their deficit down to 5 points with less than 2 minutes left to go. Down by 8, the Jaguars send out Zach Frederick, but his hands are filled with butterfingers as he can't get the snap, and he kicks the ball out of bounds for a Panther safety. Up 23-13, the Panthers need 1 first down to put the game away, and Garrett Griffith rolls to his left, and he's gonna scramble for the first time to seal the victory for the Tri-City Panthers. Meanwhile, back in Kansas, the Cougars are faced with a crucial 3rd and long as Reggie Langford is rolling to his left. He has to retreat and bail back to his right, but he didn't know, like a good neighbor, the Crusaders are there as they switch to State Farm and stop him for no gain. 4th down with the game on the line. Reggie Langford takes the snap. He's rolling to his left. 52 seconds left. He's got his man, but he's going to come up 1 yard short of the first down marker. Take a look at the replay as he had not able to convert on 4th down. It's a turnover on down. The ball will be awarded to the Crusaders, and they take a knee to win the game. Your final score, 12-7.